Alrighty folks, welcome back to the channel. Today I bring you the first video of 2026, and what better way to start with a most anticipated manga release video. We're back doing it again. There might be some format changes in the upcoming future, we'll see about that, but for now you're getting a classic video from this series. As always, I like to remind people that I don't recommend ongoing series. This video is strictly for new number ones that are coming out, or maybe deluxe editions or box sets of previously released stuff that people can get into for the very first time. And please be aware that the release dates might change. You might get a delay here and there, just putting that out there, but as of now everything is on schedule to come out. If you would be so kind, hit the like button down below, comment, share, or you can join my Discord server and become a channel member. Those are some fun options as well. So with that out of the way, let's get started with the list. From Kodama Tales, we have Smile, Volume 1 by Mite Hattori. This is a mystery suspense psychological seinen series that started back in 2021 and it is still ongoing. Yushi Kamome is a freelance journalist who's lost his beloved daughter in an unforeseen accident. His descent into despair following her death drove his wife to leave him, and he lives each day a shell of the man he once was. But his fate changes one day when members from a religious organization he had never heard of, the Smiling Hearts Society, knock on his door and hand him a flyer. He's ready to dismiss them until he notices the face of his estranged wife on the flyer, smiling ever so softly. And so begins a tale of religion and insanity. One kind of sinister darkness lurks behind this religion and its strange smiles. From Viz Media, we have Super Psychic Policeman Chojo Volume 1. This is by Shun Numa. This is a Shonen Jump release that came out from 2024 to 2025. 8 volumes, 69 chapters, and this is essentially a superpowered comedy action series. Psychic investigators don't normally use their powers to lie, cheat, and get ahead, but Super Psychic Policeman Meguro Chojo does. Relegated to a rundown police station and hated by the entire neighborhood, Chojo gets into all sorts of shenanigans, goofs, and gaffes with his rookie partner Nao Ippongi. On her first day at work, Ippongi realizes she got the short end of the stick. Her new partner uses his psychic powers to do everything except work, but after some yakuza threaten to take over Ippongi's family's dojo, Chojo begins to take his job more seriously, and the pair embark on a comedic whirlwind solving crimes and catching bad guys. From Yen Press, we have Lilies Blooming in 100 Days. This is by Muramaki, a GL series that ran for 10 chapters, collected across one volume that was put out back in 2023. This one's a illustrated colored collection of comics with 100 different Yuri scenarios or scenes. This is packed full of high school, adult, and age gap couples in cute, funny, and spicy scenarios. The book also contains unique pairings for people to enjoy. Watch as romance blossoms in classrooms and bedrooms alike. From Dark Horse Comics, we have the deluxe edition release of Old Boy. This is the first volume of 2, the original drama, mystery, psychological series that inspired the acclaimed Old Boy film from Park Chan-wook. I should point out that this deluxe edition features a noir-inspired cover with metallic silver foil paper, as well as a ribbon bookmark. This is the first 4 volumes out of 8 collected in this hardcover. 10 years ago, they took him. He doesn't know who. For 10 years, he has been confined in a private prison. He doesn't know why. For 10 years, his only contact with the outside world has been a television set and the voices of his jailers. Suddenly, one day, his incarceration ends without explanation. Sedated and dumped in a park, he awakens, free to reclaim what's left of his life. And what's left is revenge. From Kodansha, we have Great's new series, Kaijin Fugeki, Kindled Spirits Volume 1. This is an action fantasy shonen series that started back in 2024. In the face of the onslaught of incomprehensible calamity, all these young people can do is dance, to summon the power of the gods, to quell the wrath of the knights, to save their very world. Jin, a boy living in the hinterlands of Japan, finds his fate entwined with that of Gao, a British soldier driven from his home by Catherine, Knight of Typhoons. Together they must find a way to fight off despair as the dark of night falls across the world. From Seven Seas Entertainment, we have a Yuri love story that begins with getting dumped in a dream. Volume 1. This is by Hijiki. This one's a GL Girls Love School series that started back in 2022, and it is still ongoing. Tsukushi has always cherished her deep friendship with Hinoka, never imagining it could evolve into anything more. But when a vivid dream leaves her heartbroken by Hinoka's romantic rejection, Tsukushi is forced to confront feelings she never knew she had. Was the dream a warning, a premonition, or a sign of something she's been blind to all along? As her mind spirals with questions and doubts, Tsukushi begins missing the subtle signs of Hinoka's own feelings. Caught in a whirlwind of confusion, Tsukushi must decide, is this the beginning of something beautiful, or the end of everything she thought she knew? From Titan Manga, we have 3-Minute Bodyguard Yoko-chan Volume 1. This is by Susano Hara and Sakamoto Shino. This one's a comedic seinen series that ran from 2023 to 2024. 44 chapters collected across 2 volumes. Jose is no ordinary schoolboy. He's the heir to a vast fortune, but being rich comes with its own set of problems. Relentless bullies who are more interested in his money than his well-being. Desperate for protection, Jose hires Yoko-chan, a fierce, no-nonsense bodyguard, to keep the tormentors at bay. There's just one catch. Jose can only afford her for 3 minutes a day. Can 3 minutes of super-powered protection really be enough to outsmart his bullies? With Yoko-chan's martial arts skills and unwavering determination, Jose might just survive, if he can convince her to stick around for overtime. From Seven Seas Entertainment, we have Romelia War Chronicle. The Count's daughter rallies an army in the wake of mankind's victory. Volume 1. This is by Ryo Ariyama and Ryo Kamito. This one's an action fantasy military themed series that started back in 2021, and it's still ongoing. After journeying alongside her fiancé on his quest to defeat the Demon King, Romelia is suddenly deemed useless and sent home. Her engagement annulled. While the prince and his group return as celebrated heroes, Romelia goes home as a disgrace. But she's not the same girl who left her province. While following the adventures, she was the only one without magic or strength, but found her own abilities in trade, negotiation, finances, and gathering information. And now she plans to use these skills to not only help her family's province, but help the still struggling kingdom. The Demon King may be defeated, but his allies and demons continue to roam. With only her wits and brilliance, she will build an army of her own and keep the kingdom safe no matter what it takes. From Yen Press, we have Wonder Boy Volume 1 by Kazumi Yamashita. This is a seinen time travel mystery series that started back in 2001, and it is still ongoing. A family struggling to survive in Japan after the Second World War. An orphan girl in London working her fingers to the bone every day just to pay for the food on her table. A young man in a war-torn world fighting without knowing his purpose for living. Across time and space, these strangers share just one thing in common: the Wonder Boy, a mysterious traveler who appears here and there throughout the ages, watching the triumphs and sorrows of humanity. From Seven Seas Entertainment, we have Let's Make a Harem in a Zombie World. This is by Yu Imai. Needless to say, this is not safe for work and part of the Ghost Ship label, so if you know, then you know. This is a harem, not safe for work survival series that started publication back in 2024. Kosaka Kotaro was living his best life as a gamer otaku until the zombie apocalypse hit. Now the streets are crawling with the undead, and his biggest regret? Dying a virgin. Then he rescues the gorgeous Kana, who's just been bitten, and doesn't want to turn into a zombie before losing her virginity. Kotaro's happy to help, and after their steamy encounter, something incredible happens. Her bite begins to fade. Could the cure be inside Kotaro? Kana's not taking any chances. She's sticking close, keeping him busy, and making sure the treatments keep coming. From Yen Press, we have Immortality and Punishment, Volume 1 by Kentaro Sato. This one's a horror shonen series that ran from 2021 to 2025, 38 chapters collected across 8 volumes. A young man burdened with a heavy secret finds himself trapped, broke, and alone in a love hotel. As he falls deeper into despair, an echo of his past haunts him. Live on so you can atone. Meanwhile, chaos erupts on the streets as grotesque figures begin to appear all around the city. From Titan Manga, we have Scavengers Another Sky, Volume 1 by Ryo Furube. This is an action seinen series that started back in 2022 and it is still ongoing. In a hidden research facility known as the Bus Stop, a fearless crew of treasure hunters, or scavengers, embark on dangerous missions into the Black Parade, a mysterious parallel world filled with untold riches. Their mission: to gather valuable loot and earn $1 million for their freedom. But there's a deadly twist. The Black Parade is home to a vengeful entity determined to protect its treasure at any cost. From Yen Press, we have Scenes from Awajima, Volume 1. This is by Takako Shimura. This one's an award-winning drama school series that ran for 32 chapters, collected across 5 volumes. It was published from 2011 to 2024. Awajima Opera School, where countless girls from across the country flock in hopes of one day standing on the big stage. As they work towards achieving their dreams of stardom, their time at Awajima is filled with as much friendship and admiration as competition and jealousy. The precious feelings of girls who are at once both classmates and rivals, tenderly captured in the portraits of an ensemble cast. From 7 Seas Entertainment, we have Betrothed to My Sister's Ex, Volume 1, and this is by Tobirano, Chikage Nakakura, and Mai Murasaki. This is a comedic fantasy romance series that started back in 2020, and it is still ongoing. Marie was never meant to shine. Though she's a baron's daughter, she's treated like a servant in her own home, especially compared to her glamorous sister, Anastasia. Even on Marie's birthday, the spotlight is stolen as the family uses the party to parade Anastasia before potential suitors. But when the dashing Count Kiros accidentally stumbles upon Marie, ragged clothing and all, he's instantly taken with her. Sparks fly until a mix-up leads him to propose to the wrong sister. Can Marie and Kiros overcome the confusion and find their way back to each other? From Yen Press, we have the highly anticipated Battle Royale Deluxe Edition Volume 1 hardcover. This is by Masayuki Taguchi. This psychological survival Battle Royale seinen manga, adapting the novel of the same name, which eventually also became a movie adaptation, was written from 2000 to 2005, 119 chapters collected across 15 volumes. As part of a ruthless program by the totalitarian government, 9th grade students are taken to a small, isolated island with a map, food, and various weapons. Forced to wear special collars that explode when they break a rule, they must fight each other for 3 days until one winner remains. The contest becomes the ultimate in must-see reality television. From 7 Seas Entertainment, we have Kitayama and Minamiya, Volume 1. This is by Sugar Sato, a BL comedy series that is a little not safe for work, and it ran for 27 chapters from 2023 to 2025, collected across 5 volumes. Minamiya has a strange talent. Just by looking at someone, he can imagine what they look like when they're super turned on. In fact, he can't really stop. However, there's one exception. For some reason, reason, he can't picture what his cute male co-worker Kitayama would look like in the throes of passion. Unable to get those thoughts out of his head, a misunderstanding leads the two men going out. But can the frisky Minamiya handle the real deal? From Seven Seas Entertainment, we have A Reincarnated Carrier's Strategy for Another World, Volume 1. This is by Taro Komi and Hayashi. This one's a not safe for work fantasy erotic series, also a harem and an isekai, so there's a lot going on here. But it is a seinen series that started back in 2023. When Sei is reborn into another world, he chooses the weakest class, Carrier, not for power, but for freedom. Armed with an oversized inventory skill, he's ready to travel solo and live life entirely on his own terms. But his plans take a turn when he meets Romelia, a pure and innocent cleric clearly unfit for adventuring alone. Sei can't bring himself to leave her behind and soon discovers that traveling with company brings unexpected pleasures and even more unexpected complications. From Kodansha, we have Sayuri by Rensuke Oshikiri. This is a 2-volume series, actually 15 chapters collected across, that ran from 2010 to 2011, a horror supernatural seinen series. It seemed like the perfect place, high upon a hill, and big enough for the whole Kamiki clan. Even Grandma and Grandpa. Almost as soon as Norio's family moves into the house, however, mysterious bumps in the night, disturbing dreams, and a sickly sense of dread make them realize they are far from alone. But what could be motivating the malicious spirit they've inherited to hurt such a happy family? More importantly, what will it take to stop her? From Seven Seas Entertainment, we have My Former Student is a Hunk. This one is by Shinichiro Narie, a romance series that started back in 2023 and it is still ongoing. Inose Hinata, 35, is a hopelessly single, attractive woman who runs an English conversation school out of her apartment. But everything changes one fateful evening when Shotaro, a former student, knocks on her door. And he's no longer the shy kid she remembers. At 18, just about to finish high school, Shotaro has transformed into an irresistibly hunky, confident young man. Even more shocking, he asks for her hand in marriage. And there it is, folks, some of the most anticipated manga releases for the month of January 2026. Thank you everybody for joining. I'm glad to see you here in the new year. I wish you nothing but the very best in the upcoming days, weeks, months. So thank you so very much for joining. Truly do appreciate it. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit the like button down below. Let me know in the comment section which book you're most excited for. Share the video around on social media. I would really appreciate it. And if you can, join my Discord server. The link is in the description below. That is going to be it. So for the first time in the new year, I will catch all of you on the next one.